Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey, everybody. It's been a long, long time since I have been around and able to talk with you guys. And hopefully everything's working. It sounds like it, and it is. So I can hear myself on my phone. So apologize if you had a little bit of feedback there. Didn't realize it was quite that loud, but um, I've had something that I've wanted to discuss and have not having done the Xbox podcast in a very long time. I've just had some things I wanted to ask the community if anyone's still out there listening. Hopefully you guys will be able to catch this and hopefully maybe respond because I'm just curious on where are all these games that have been promised. This is episode 600 and something. What did I 684? Where are they now? And I'm your lovely host, Wingman709, also known as Mark. Um, and I'm a little off my game right now. And also, if you like what happened to my background, I used to have, I also do this Board Game Life podcast. We don't do it on YouTube, but Rob and I do this Board Game Life podcast every 2 weeks. It's an audio podcast. You can listen to us. I've really moved into the board gaming hobby and really stepped away from Xbox and video games, I should say. But I built behind this wall is another room that was like a guest room, and with the kids all kind of heading out and going to college and not really needing having a room like upstairs that the kids were using as an office, which they don't use because they're not there. So I put a behind me. I made it into a board game room. So I moved my shelves that used to be behind me with all my board games on it are now in the other room, and now I got this blank wall that I'm like, okay, what am I going to put in here? What am I going to do in the office space? I'll figure something out, but it doesn't matter. That's not important. So the thing I was thinking about and have been questioning is with I know we don't call it E3 anymore, but we're calling it what Showcase now. And the Xbox's Showcase is coming up here in June, like next month, right? Can you believe we're already into May of 2024? So Xbox has their Showcase coming out here in basically in about 4 weeks. And everyone's wondering what are they going to announce? What new games? All this and I've just been wondering where are all the games that have been promised and shown to us over just the last four E3s. And there's probably some prior to that I don't even have on this list. And maybe as I'm going through this and talking about it, maybe some more will pop up in my mind. It's like, oh yeah, I haven't heard about this one or that one. But Microsoft has gotten very big. They have a ridiculous amount of studios that they own, and unfortunately, they've even closed some recently. Sadly, um, and but it's just like they've been promising and like they were talking about this what at the beginning of the year, or the end of last year, like how excited they are that they've got so many games and they can't wait to just we're right there at the start of this. Well, we're here on May 10th of 2024, and what have they released so far? Now I know that Hellblade 2 is coming out like in like 11 days or something like that. So we're finally going to get a game from Microsoft this year. But everyone was touting 2024 as like the year of Xbox, and there's so many games, and we're going to see stuff, every quarter. And well, I don't think we've gotten anything yet. There's nothing I can think of that Microsoft has released, and we're already into May of this year. So it's like Hellblade 2 is going to be like the first game to really get something this year, but we haven't really had a lot of games coming from Microsoft for a while, and it's always been the promises of here's what's coming. And it gets to a point where I kind of feel like, okay, I looked back over the last four E3s. Now, granted, that includes 2023, but there's something interesting about 2023 compared to the 3 years prior to that, and we'll talk about that later. Hopefully, I won't forget. But in the last 4 years, We have 21 games that were announced and have still not launched. Many of we don't even know where they are or if they're even, still happening. So I'm going to start back with E3 2020. I did not go back further. Like I said, there might be more games that were announced in 2019, or I think I only got one in here that was at the VGAs, because I was specifically remembering that one and looking for it, and it was not announced at an E3 or a showcase. It was announced at VGA. So there might be a couple others that were announced at a different show that I don't have listed. Please feel free to comment in the chat if there's other things that I have left off this list. But so again, it's some of these will have some release dates coming up, but it's kind of the bigger picture of a lot of these have been promised a long time now, still don't have dates. And that's the question. I'm kind of to the point where it's like, well, we're going to have another showcase here in 4 weeks. We're only going to have one game that has been announced. I don't even know when Hellblade 2 was initially announced. It's been a long time. That one's finally going to show. But what about all this other stuff? And then you're going to go into the next showcase. We're going to add 2024 to this list. There's going to be a whole bunch of more new stuff announced. And there's only going to be one. We're still going to have these 21 games that I've got listed here don't even include Hellblade 2 because it will be out. But if I had Hellblade 2, because as of today it's not out yet, we'd have 22 games on this list. And then in a month from now, when Showcase happens, only one would have checked off the list. And then you're going to add others. There's always new announcements. So where are all these amazing games? Where are all these promised games that we've been hearing about for years? So let me just start with this list we'll start with 2020. Fable. So Fable was announced back in 2020, and this game looked amazing. We did get an update. I believe it was 2023. I believe where we got like an updated trailer. The first one. Let me mute this tab. Otherwise, as I play this, it'll be blaring on us. And so we've got the initial trailer that showed with the frog and everything, and it was just like a CGI. Oh, here's the one from the latest, which looked phenomenal. Right, this was the latest. That's right, it's not the world premiere. This was the last one, which I think came out last year, and this just looks phenomenal, right? But Fable is one of those games that have been around forever, and it's like, where is this game? Where is it? Where's it at today? Why are we not seeing it? And I just want to check something real quick. So I apologize. I just want to make sure, because I changed screens. Just want to make sure that everything's still coming through. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. All righty. And all right, beautiful. It's working. Okay. So, anyways, so this game looks really fantastic, and this was a nice thing, but we still don't. It's a nice update we got, but we still have no release date. We have no other further information. Maybe we'll get something. I do want a release date like this E3. This showcase. They need to give it to us. And again, it's coming day one Game Pass, but when? Again, it's kind of goes along the line of promises, and let me go back to that trailer. It just looks phenomenal, and I'm really excited to see this. But again, it was announced 4 years ago, and here we still don't have a release date. Now, I know games take longer, but again, they were working on this prior to announcing it. One of the games I'll talk about here in a bit was announced 2 years. They were working on it for 2 years prior to announcing it. So if we look at Fable, if they were working on it as well 2 years prior to announcing it, then this thing's been 6 years. And I know games are taking longer to make, but I really think the industry needs to get to the point where they are not spending 6, 7, 8 years making a game. It's way too long. That is just way too long, and I really think they need to just get to the point where it's like announce it when you're a year out. I really don't like this. I know some people are like excited because they want to know what's coming out. Tell me what's coming out in the next 3, 4, 5 years. I don't care about the next 3, 4, 5 years. I want to know what can I play today. Here's a game, Fable. They announced in 2020, got everyone excited. Here it is, 4 years later, and we still don't have this game. Like the excitement for it, sorry, tends to wane, and I think a lot of people, their tastes will change. They won't, things change. People do different um, types of games, and it's just, and how much money are you spending? I mean, we know these games are super expensive to make. I really think the industry, especially in a time now where we're in a recession and things are hard, things are expensive, it's it doesn't surprise me. People complain about the price of games, but I will say this: games are still costing the same price. We're still paying $70. My eggs have more than doubled, quadrupled in price, and everything else we buy has just skyrocketed in price, and it's bound to happen. But I think a way that they can save money on their end is to um, maybe make some shorter games or something. Maybe make them so that these developers can make these a little bit quicker than what they are today. But I'm still looking forward to Fable. If Xbox cannot give us a release date here next month, then again, it's like, when are we going to get this? Give us a date and stick to it. Make it happen. All right. So that's kind of the first one is Fable. Then we go to Avowed. Um, Coming day one to Game Pass. This was also announced in 2020. We still don't have a release date. Everyone's expecting it to be this. I guess I won't play the trailers because I don't want to get dinged on here for anything that's inappropriate, but maybe I can play this one. Oh, probably not. But people talked about, well, it's going to be out in 2024, and it's like, well, we don't have an official date yet. And they've shown off some stuff. I know that the original trailer, like the style and some of the things changed when they last showed us. I believe last year there was an updated trailer, and it has definitely had some changes to it. But again, this is another one that, when is this thing coming out? And if you're gonna put on a whole bunch of more new stuff and have big exciting announcements at E3 this year, you've got to start pushing out some of these other games. Now, I think it's pretty much expected that we're going to see Avowed this year. Um, I guess we'll see. Time will tell. But then the next one, Everwild from Rare, has like disappeared. Like, this thing, again, this is a 2020 announcement, and it almost seems like this thing might end up becoming vaporware. It's from what I've heard, this thing they've gone back to the drawing board, and I don't know if they're redoing the game or restructuring it or whatnot, but this one was announced and then kind of just disappeared, and we just don't really have a lot of information on Everwild. And this is, especially this first group of games I'm talking about, we need answers. We need answers. Um, we can take a peek at the trailer on this one. And I mean, because some people might be like, I don't even remember what Everwild is. I mean, that's the thing. If a game is that old, or you announced it so long ago that people don't even remember what it is, I don't even in this stuff. But then, and even if you get people to go out to buy them, and then 4 years later they're like, I still don't have the game I wanted or the reason I bought this. That's not. I don't think that's good customer service. It doesn't. You're oh, not breaking a promise, I guess, since you didn't give a release date, but I don't know of any other product where someone announces something and then you wait 7, 6, 7, 8, 10 years for that product to come out. I mean, I do a lot of crowdfunding for board games, and man, if I'm waiting 2 years, man, that's a fail. Like typically, it's a year. Now granted, that's different. I get that, but I can get a physical product that is starting from nothing but an idea, and I can have a physical product in my hand a year to 2 years later. Where this is a digital, and I get it. Coding's not easy. That's not what I'm saying, but you know, this is still not even something I can hold in my hand. It's just a digital product, and it really seems like they should be able to do more and a lot faster than what they're doing these days. Um, it's just crazy to think that it takes so long for a video game to come to fruition. So, Microsoft, give us some answers on that. Next, we have Stalker. Now, this does say coming in 2024. Stalker 2. Apologize. Now, this one I get. Okay, this developer is in the middle of a war. Okay, they were Ukraine based. I get it. I totally understand. Not hammering these guys. Life happens. Horrible things happen, and but it does go into the overall picture again of, unfortunately, here's one that was announced in 2024. I believe it was due out. It's been like pushed back a couple of times due to the war in Ukraine. I get that again, but as it's just another one that's like, where is it and what's going to happen? Hopefully, it'll come out this year, and I hope Microsoft gives us a date. Hopefully, this developer's been able to um, finish their product, and hopefully, first and foremost, hopefully all their families are safe, and hearts go out to everybody fighting and having to live under those conditions. It sucks, um, but this one might actually show up in Game Pass this year, um, and that would be awesome. Next, we've got State of Decay 3. And this is another one that it's like they came out with this. Oh, and this will probably blare at me because this. Can I? Well, if I want to mute YouTube, I should still be able to mute it. Shouldn't impact me talking here. But this was like a really incredible trailer because if you've played State of Decay 1 or 2, it did not look realistic like this. And again, CGI, get it. It's not probably what the gameplay is going to look like, but it if they could make the gameplay look anywhere near this, and again, this is 4 years old, so and it looks really fantastic. But I do, where is this one gone? What happened to State of Decay 3? We've again not heard anything on this one since this amazing trailer, and we don't have a release date. So give us a date, Microsoft. And if these games have been scrapped or scrubbed or you just gave up on it, just just tell us. Let us know. I would rather you just say, "Hey, we've had to cancel this," and whatever. Just leaving your customers in the dark is just not the best option. We want to know what happens, and people get excited for these games, and we want to know what's going on with them. And this is still a cool video. I haven't seen this in a long time. Oh yeah, look at that zombie elk. That would be freaky. So, where is it? But don't leave your customers in the dark. Right, initiative? Um, the project, our Perfect Dark, was the initiative was formed in 2018, and in 2020 they announced Perfect Dark, and we still don't have any information on it. And this is one I'm like really want to see what they're gonna do with it. And this is like a first game from the initiative, who's supposed to be like what they call it, a quadruple A studio. I mean, Microsoft is touting this studio as being the best of the best, and this is just going to be,
I remember when everything
again,
changed.
did you put the cart before the horse? Did you set expectations way too high? Because man, if everyone's expecting this quadruple A studio, this game better be all that, and the chips, right, or all that in a bag of chips.
Corporations
I want to know
gave
more
us
about this. This game could be really fun. We want to see more about it. And when is this coming out? Let us know. I think this could be a really
We welcome
fun
them into
game.
our lives.
And I know for myself lately, I've
But the
really
laws
been
of
bored
nature
with video gaming. I can't
meant
really
to
seem
be
to find
broken.
anything that interests me now. With that
We
said,
need to know what
I
we're
did
hiding.
finally play Hellblade. For years I looked at it and it just didn't seem very interesting to me. But Hellblade 2 looks so good. Finally, I'm like, it's a game that let's just try it. Wow, Hellblade is amazing. I can't believe how much fun I had. And I will be doing Hellblade 2 the day it releases. But anyway, I've just been kind of bored with stuff. I haven't been playing a lot. I need something new and exciting and maybe a little different. And I think Perfect Dark might just be something a little bit different, a little different style of gameplay.
Did you find the
something new?
answers
And
you were
I'm hoping
looking
for it
for?
anyways. But the
Agent
trailer
Dark.
looks really good, and
Not
I do
yet.
hope we get a
This is
release
just the beginning.
date. So, Microsoft, step it up. You announced this at the VGAs in 2020. We need answers. All right. So the next one was 2021. Now this was a joke. It was probably one of the best trailers ever, because they were talking about like this game that's not made, and
We begin by hearing an old,
they're like,
wise
it's a game,
sounding
we don't
voice.
have it, we don't have a I mean, they just kept going on
And
and
we
on.
see a
and they-
quiet,
it was just
peaceful
it was
setting.
funny. It really was.
will
They were
make our
kind of
game seem
cracking
big
on how
and
that
important.
they're announcing something
Now,
so early they don't
Something
even
must
have
break the
story,
serenity.
anything.
Will this creature be
They
in
were
the
kind
game?
of making fun of themselves. It was fantastic.
Say goodbye
But
to
the
it
Outer
forever.
Worlds was a fun
Suddenly,
game,
and for no reason.
and I know a lot of people are looking forward to the sequel.
These
And
pointless
this again was
slow-motion
announced in
shots
2021,
make everything
knowing
seem
it was
cool
real early.
and
But
should bolster pre-sale
again,
numbers.
why announce something so early?
That
It's
wah
I get they were making
sound
fun of
can mean
themselves at the
only
same
one
time,
thing.
but it just adds to the list
We
of
must
games and
gaze
promises
over an
that you
epic
need
shot
to
of a
follow
world.
through on.
And there should be
think
lens
that's
flares.
A really great
Now we see our hero,
precedent to set.
but only
like,
their silhouette,
announce your
because the
games
developers
and
haven't finished the design, or finished the story, or finished any
Move on,
gameplay
sort of
that's
thing.
actually ready to show.
Just
In
show
fact,
us and
the
tell
only
us
thing
everything.
they have finished
All right. Next one,
is the title.
Contraband. Where did the Contraband go? What happened to this one? Again, 2021. This is with Avalanche Studios. And they announced this one back then. There really wasn't a whole lot to see. But I really have loved games like Just Cause 4. And, well, Just Cause 3, I think, was probably my favorite. But Avalanche did those. They've done a lot of games that I've really enjoyed. So Xbox was teaming up with them to make this game called Contraband. And we still have very little on it. We don't have a date. We don't have really much more on it other than I think it takes place like in the 70s. But I want to know more about this game. You know, I love Avalanche does such a great job, and they've made some of the best games that I've had so much fun with, and I just love those crazy over the top like Just Cause have just been crazy fun, and you know, give us more open world co-op. I think it's a heist, almost like a heist game, I believe. But we need more information on this. I want to know when this is coming out. This was 2021 E3, and we're overdue. We're due for a release date, an official date. All right. Next is a smaller one called Replaced, which said it was going to launch in Game Pass in 2023. This has not yet shipped. Now it's got a 2024 general date of 2024 for the whole year. And well, how about it? You're way past. Um, and this one is a VGA. So let's see world premiere. There you go. You got to hear that. And I don't even remember this one. Oh, this was prior to the VGA. It looks like it was about 5 minutes before the actual official start of the show is when they showed this one. But this is called Replaced, and I don't even really know much about it. But I guess that's another kind of the point. You show a trailer. This one they said was going to be out in 2023, and we don't have any information on it. Now it's just that general 2024 release date. Oh, this reminds me of a game. What was that? I've played a couple of these little side scroller 2.5 dimension games where you can go backwards into it. They've been pretty fun. So, well, it looks a little pixelated, like pixel art type of game. But this could be fun. This normally is not like my style, but again, I've played a couple of these little side scrollers that were kind of pixelated, and I've actually had a lot of fun with them. Some puzzling and combat and different types of things. So, anyways, that's kind of a look at this one. Hopefully it'll come out this year. All right, so let's scratch that and move on to Ara History Untold. Ara, so now we are into E3 2022. This one was shown off, so 2 years ago now. This one's supposedly coming this year, and I think this one's pretty close. I believe they had listed out another trailer more recently, but this one does have a 2024. So this one I'm not as upset about because they just showed it 2 years ago and it's supposed to be coming out this year. But again, I still think 2 years is better than 4 and not having an answer. But I still can't get past the fact that I think the video game should just be, if you're not going to have it out in a year, show us what's coming out in the next year. You know, that 1 year that Microsoft said we're going to show you what's coming out in the next 12 months. Yeah, granted, they missed the mark on a lot of those. But we were also in a pandemic. When was that? I can't remember when they did that. Oh, I think they did that in this year in 2022. So that was post-pandemic. Man, has it been that long? Whew. Man, time flies. So, but there's 4 games that came out that they announced in 2022 that still aren't out yet. So this one, if it was going to be the 12 months, this is one they missed, and they didn't make it. So we need an actual date. Is this really going to come out at sometime this fall? You need to not come out and say here at Showcase and say fall of 2024. We need some dates. Stick some dates on it. Let us know when this stuff is really coming out, because it goes back to the promises made by the Xbox leadership. They keep promising all these great games and all these leaps and all these different things, but where are they? I mean, that's really the thing. Where are they? And that's what they need to stop making promises. They need to start delivering on those promises. Arc 2, I remember this one coming out. This is Vin Diesel right here. This one, again, doesn't have a date on it. And but the trailer looked really outstanding. I know I'm not a fan of the Arc game, or that these survival type games are just not. I just don't enjoy survival style games, but it really looked fantastic. I mean, this looks amazing. And granted, I know it's just a trailer, and The game probably doesn't look this good, but um, you never know. We won't know until it comes out, right? But again, this is one we really need a date on, and this does look cool. I mean, that dinosaur right there, that T Rex, that's all rigged up like to ride, and I think we see Vin Diesel, yeah, riding the T Rex. That's pretty cool. Um, but where'd this one go? You know, what happened, folks? So all you've got is coming day one to Game Pass. Again, no date on it. All right. After Arc 2, we go into Hollow Knight, Silk Song. Let me close out some of these other things here. There's like, ooh, so many tabs open. And I want to make sure that I don't have the stuff running in the background, any trailers still running. So again, this was one announced in 2022 and still with no release date or anything. And so, and I'm curious as I'm going through some of these, I would love to see any responses in chat of what you guys think. You know, are you excited for any of these games that have been announced in the past couple of years? Did you forget about some of these? You know, you very well may have forgotten about something like this one. You know, Hollow Knight, Silk Song. Maybe you'd forgotten about it. You know, the bigger ones, Fable, Avowed. You know, Stalker stuff. You know, those bigger names probably we haven't forgotten about. But were there games that I'm talking about today or showing that you forgot about? Are there any that I have missed so far? I got a couple more still to go because we're gonna now. I got one more for 22, and then we'll go into 23. Which, granted, it was just a year ago. So, but I got some interesting things I noticed about the ones that were announced last year. All right, so one more. Oh, and let me know your thoughts too on. Do you think that it's okay? You know, what are your thoughts on announcing games? I know some people like to have the early announcements. Are you okay with that? Or would you prefer it to be closer, like myself, closer to an actual release date before the announcement? All right, so the last one for 2022 was Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. This says coming 2024. Okay, I guess I won't show it. This ain't giving out my birth date. Not on live stream. Was there even any pictures? So we've got some, can cut through a couple of screenshots, I guess. So to try to remind us of what this game even was. Because I don't even remember this one. But coming in 2024, it says. All right, so now we're going to jump into last year's. Now, I'm going to go through and let's see at the end of this if you guys recognize anything different. Now, South of Midnight, oh yeah, please let me play this trailer without a date. This was super cool. I'm like, this looks so, I'm just impressed with this. I have no idea what this game's about. I have no idea what it's going to play like, but this trailer hooked me. And I was just so impressed with this. And I want to see more on this. Very curious as to what type of gameplay this game is going to be. It just looks fantastic. It really, it was the type that made me want to know more. Now, with that said, I believe it was Compulsion Games that made We Happy Few. The original trailer for that one, like, oh, this looks cool. I ended up not liking the game, but I do want to know what this game is like and what type of game is it. So hopefully we get a date on this one. We still don't have a date, but hopefully Microsoft will give us some more info. And like all these games I've gone through today too, not only do I want dates, actual release dates, I want to see current gameplay, especially the ones that were announced 4 years ago. Fable, Avowed, Everwild, Stalker 2, State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark. We need dates and updated game, not in-engine footage, but gameplay footage. Show us that. That will get the community super excited. All right. So my next one I'll jump over to is Star Wars Outlaws. Now, this one coming out August 30th, 2024. So this was shown off last year and it's coming this year. Yeah! Woo! Now this is also an Ubisoft game, so maybe that's one of the differences. This isn't a first party game. This one's Ubisoft, and I don't know, but this one I'm looking forward to. I'm really excited to check this game out. I do hope it makes August. Hopefully this one won't slip, but this one looked like a lot of fun. I think you play as like a bounty hunter or something, and you're just going through an open world Star Wars action adventure game. You are scoundrel Kay Vess seeking freedom and the means to start a new life. Fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates as you join the galaxy's most wanted. So actually you're not a bounty hunter, but you are the bounty. This game just looked really good. I'm hoping it's as fun to play. Now the only question I have or potential concern is, being it's an Ubisoft game, it could very well be like the Far Cry formula. It could be Far Cry with a Star Wars skin, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I really have enjoyed all the Far Cry games, but they can wear themselves a little thin after time. This could breathe new life into that, being that it's in the Star Wars universe, and if it can bring something new, then I look all forward to it. So either way, this will probably be the one game I buy this year because pretty much everything else is in Game Pass, which I gotta love Game Pass too because it really changes the way I buy games. And now I question anything. Do I really want to spend $70 on this game? So, and it might be more as prices are continuing to go up. So August 2024 for this one. Next, we have 33 Immortals. This was one that, again, they announced last year. It says it's coming this year. And just as a reminder, we'll run through and play this trailer. I don't even really remember this one. Oh, okay. So this is an animated art style that I just not really a fan of. Is this a top-down? At least that looked like it from there, but let's see if that was actual gameplay. Don't know yet. Okay. Yeah, this just... So this is why I forgot about it, because it just does not pique my interest. But I don't know. I do like some of those top-down games, those action-adventure games. Pick up and raid. And I think you can play with it. Maybe is it 33 people? Maybe that's why it's called 33 Immortals. But this could be fun. I do like sometimes. I really like these games. So we'll see how this plays out. But anyways, this one's coming this year. All right, next, Towerborn, also coming in 2024. This one, I don't even remember this, but this one got a lot of people that have been able to play this. Some of the media that have actually had hands-on said this is fantastic, and it's gotten a lot of good praise. I can't even remember this one. I don't know if they showed us gameplay in this trailer. But again, this was just last year, so it's only been a year since this was initially shown. And I think I want to say some kind of like type of tower defense, I believe, but not your traditional tower defense game. I think it's much more than that. I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about this, and we'll see. Explore a co-op adventure. So it doesn't look like a tower defense. Not yet. Oh, look at this. Hoo-yah! In an ever-changing world. So a side-scroller co-op game. I like this animated style better than the 33 Immortals. This, to me, it looks a little better. Looks pretty sharp. So I wonder... Yeah. So, anyways, that's coming out sometime this year. So again, we've got what we have 3 games so far that were announced last year that are now said to come out this year. Still Wakes the Deep coming out in June of this year. This one, and I'm so glad it's coming to Game Pass too, because this one is, I don't think I can play this one. Yeah, they're gonna want a birth date because this is like a horror game. So it's Christmas of 1975 as disaster strikes an oil rig off the Scottish mainland. Struggle to stay alive amid a scene of the scene amid a scene on the edge of all logic and reality. This was like, I remember the trailer was just kind of very creepy as you went through the trailer. But this is one I'm really looking forward to. So this one's coming out in June here. So we only got like 9 weeks left roughly to play this one. This one gave me the kind of dead space vibes, like all the sounds going on and being creepy and just like, I don't want to go down that hallway. So this one's coming out here soon. Next, Dungeons of Hindenburg is coming out July 18th. So a month later after the Still Wakes the Deep. And again, this is a Game Pass. Again, see the beauty of Game Pass. So much stuff is coming to Game Pass. Like, I don't have to spend a lot of money. So, but this was shown out last year, and it's going to be out here in July. So again, if you're catching on to what I was saying earlier about the differences between the previous years, we had 2020, 21, and 22 still with really no release dates on 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different games that were announced. Now we're into the last year, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 games I've shown already are scheduled to come out this year. So if those make it, that's great. What about the 3 prior years with all the big games coming out? Where are they? All right. Almost done. Metaphor ReFantazio is also coming out this year. So this again just says 2024. So I would expect we're going to get a release date in the summer showcase. Or then that's the other thing too. Some of these they may not, depending on how much stuff they have to talk about or to show off. Will things like this that are just currently set to 2024, will they release them and just not update the information because they only got so much time in their showcase. And I know the showcase this year is going to be their normal showcase, and then following it, like last year, they did a Starfield dedicated show. Well, this year they're doing a Call of Duty dedicated show following showcase. So it should be a couple hours there total, I would imagine. But this game is, again, scheduled for 2024. So I would imagine this will probably be out too. And last, I've got just Clockwork Revolution, again, Game Pass, woohoo! We don't have a date on this one, but this one got high praises for its look, and a lot of people that I've heard on other shows talking about this are expecting this to come out here soon too. But again, there's not even a year listed, so I don't expect anything without a year listed. I don't expect to come out this year. And even those that are listed as 2024 could slip. So that's it, what I had for today. Just, it's something I keep like waiting for people to talk about. Like, where are they? Where are all these games? Everyone's like excited for new announcements, but it's like, I want to know where all the promises that have been made. 21 promises here. And we have one, two, three of them with an actual date. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 with a year. Maybe there was more than with a year. Oh yeah, 5. So I think we had 5 with a year, a couple with an actual date, and those that have an actual release date were from last year's showcase. So there's a lot of stuff Microsoft needs to update us on. I really hope that they do that in showcase this year. I would, yes, new things are great, but I want some of this stuff that's been promised. I really do want some of these things that have been promised. So let me know in the comments what you think about these games. And again, if I've forgotten anything or I missed something that you're waiting for, that again, you want to know where it is. Where is it now? When is it coming? Has it been killed off or what? Let me know. And again, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time.